Hey, so what's up? It's me, Amani. Let's talk. Um, so I'm gonna have to get my nails done, obviously. I got biogel, by the way. And then I get a lot of compliments on my hair. Um, and basically, I found a dye with no ammonia, which is great. And what happened is it was called bold. But it was more than bold. It was like super red. And I do single braids, and with my braids it just looked weird. So then I got hair that seemed to be the color of the dye, and then did my hair so it looks like streaks. And so this is my new midlife crisis hairstyle. But you know what I want to talk about is Love Island USA, which I watch because it's my show. And none of my friends watch it. Nobody cares. They don't understand. I watch two shows. I watch Married at First Sight, the US version, and Love Island USA. And I discovered Love Island USA during COVID, like when it was on demand. So Carol V, Alana, Alex, Elizabeth, Kiara, oh, and Asada, gorgeous, Ray, Weston. This is like a brain exercise, actually. So I really watched it. And season 2 and onwards and onwards. So, yep, love Justine and Sally. I just do. And I even downloaded Sally's song, What You Playing For? And I love it. And I still play it when I work out. Go, Sally. And Justine, just watching her career and the different things she's doing. I always want everybody to wear more clothes, but they were already on a show where they were scantily clad. So there's nothing I can do about that, me and my old school ways. But I wanted to talk about the reunion because I was so excited to watch it. And then I was like, huh? Then I felt slightly ill, maybe. It was intense and for all the wrong reasons. And because if you follow things on social media, like we've heard so much about it, I mean, I've been watching reality TV long enough to know that it's not always real. That the producers and the show and the editing is created to portray people in a certain way, to create a certain story. And I learned that from a guy who I think used to be on The Real World, and he used to review Love Island, I think. And ever since watching how this stands in the season with Justine and Sally, how they really pushed and changed the trajectory of the show, I was like, this is so different, you know? And I believe that happened this season as well. And I think what was fascinating to me, because I understand about the editing, was that I ended up being upset with reviewers that I like, because everybody was mad at Serena and I wasn't, because I knew for a fact that they were editing things to look a certain way. Like, I knew who she was. And so come to find out, that Stick and Twist challenge, they did a review with Keke Palmer, and Cordell was told something different than Serena was, which makes sense, right? And anyway, the show's over now. I love Serena and Cordell. I love Cordell. I think, like, he's so cute, and he just knew, right, from the minute he saw her, that she was the one, and she just, from the minute she saw him, tried to run from him. And people were getting upset with that. I kind of understood her. I did. And look at them now, right? So it's all good. But the reunion, to me, and the show itself, to me, has done a huge disservice to Serena and Cordell, who are the winners of Love Island USA. And from the editing, I felt like it was just edited for Kayla and Aaron to be favorites and to win, and for Rob and Leah. Like, that's how the editing was. And think about it. What if, like, imagine if even after Casa Amor, they won. Like, imagine if Leah and Rob and Kaylor and Aaron were the top two, and then Serena and Cordell were third, and then, yeah. So it's very obvious that the editing was not geared towards an Afrocentric or a diverse cast. And it seems like, I hope that Love Island does more work for the next season. They did better with the diversity in the casting, but that they also do better with the production and the editing and with these stories that they want to tell, because it does work, because people believe everything. There's still people that cannot be swayed, that will still be like Serena, never like Cordell to this day, even though they've done interviews, even though she talked about, you know, why they were so much alike, that's why she kept running, even though they never showed the times that they were together, their ring exchange, or any of the things that we now know about. But I kind of always watch it with that editing in mind. I just thought Janae was funny for me. Janae was just funny, because every guy, she'd be like, so that's what I wanted. I always thought, like, if I had a child, that I want their name to start with the letter C. And they'd come from a place with the letter C, and then we'd have children, and children starts with C. I love her. She's funny. But I'm not for, like, the hate and stuff online. I think it's so scary. And I don't know, like, how that's going to change. I feel like since COVID, I feel it's like this season, it's like reached a fever pitch. And so the cast has come off the show with the same type of status as, like, you know, Beyonce's and Taylor Swift, like the Swifties and the Beehive and the, yeah, it's really crazy. They all seem to be handling it well. And then back to the reunion. I don't know what to say, you guys. This is what my take on it. Kendall, I think it's complicated. Like, I think if we had to put a hashtag beside Kendall, it would be it's complicated. I feel like, and I don't know him, so, but I did see him say in an interview somewhere about, you know, wanting to be liked, and you could tell that on the show, like, who's sexy? I'm sexy. Who's sexy? He seemed to struggle with a lot of things, just even on the show itself. And I think that's why too, like, am I like one with the boys, or am I one of the girls' best friends, or, you know, it's kind of like whatever situation presented itself. You know, I can't have dislike for any of these people. I don't know them. It really is my mindless show, but I do love following them. I do post clips. I do want the best for them, really. And I just always want everybody's mental health to be better, and for everybody to wear more clothes. Leah, for me, provided the best comedic moments in the show, but she just was who she was. Like, I think Rob ran because I think he felt like she might be a bit of a loose cannon, and he wasn't ready for that, right? But Leah is like, Leah is Leah, and she's loud, and she just kind of blurts stuff out. And so it's interesting, like, that she's so loved too, right? Like, it's crazy. She has like 3 million followers now. Serena, I love her. She's like my little, like, roughneck. Serena's like 1/4 roughneck, like 1/4 hardcore, 1/4 sister girl, very smart, you know. But that's what it is. I feel like these shows, and Cordell's like so cute. I feel like these shows are are so much also about looks and the aesthetics. And I feel like sometimes people don't fit into whatever that aesthetic is that people want for these young people, and that also sways the voting and people's opinions as well. What do I know? I mean, I literally just watched this as a release from the day, but it's interesting also listening to different reviewers. I love listening to them. I didn't do reviews this season. I don't know if I ever will again. My reviews are so different though, but yeah. Back to the reunion. Nicole and Kendall. That was crazy. And obviously it was something that the producers pushed for. There's always producers that push for things. It's not, Ariana is just the host. And I do believe a lot of things were filmed. And I believe that that backseat moment was something that was brought up so much that they probably decided way back, we have to show this whole thing. I don't think they realize how much time it would take. If you've ever worked in media, I've worked in radio, I've been on TV, so I know like it's editing. There's only so much time, you know, there's like, there has to be advertising, thus the pizza. There has to be breaks, but and then there was so much on social media leading up to it. I knew everything anyway. But I feel like Nicole, what I think happened, this is what I think. She just stayed quiet for too long. I think she suffered in silence and didn't know what to do. And this is what I ask. Imagine if you went away and then you came back and then you had thousands of followers and then you had like hundreds of people in your feed just saying awful things to you. Like, what do you do? So I think she was quiet because I just always thought that was going to be the cliffhanger, that they were just going to say they were still together. Like, that's it. I thought that's why they weren't saying anything at all. I just think I don't think it was the right place to have that discussion. Kendall looked like he was going to have a panic attack. And that's not the type of drama we want on TV. So I do hope Kendall's okay. And I don't know. I just hope people heal from their past hurts, right? Because it's a lot. And I think what nobody's saying, the elephant in the room that everybody's dancing around, who's sexy, I'm sexy, is probably that where, and I refuse to I'm not going to look at the video, the picture, but I get the idea just from what reviewers and people have said, what it was. That's got to be so difficult to deal with. I get it from Nicole's end where he told her it was an ex he sent a picture to, and I get it from he shouldn't lie. And I get it from his end where if he can't tell if she's really there for him, like if she's really his person, his confidant, the person that he can share his innermost secrets with, like if he doesn't have that security, that's probably why he lied. He's also probably in shock. And we all make mistakes, right? So I don't know how I feel. I just want everybody to be okay. I do think it was the wrong place to bring it up. I don't think she was doing it for revenge. I just think she was tired of being quiet. And he did look like he was having a great time on social media, but that was probably his way of dealing with it, is to not deal with it. And so who knows what happens from here. I just hope he has a strong, supportive family. And PPG, I know Janae's cool with him. Serena's like, yeah, whatever. And Cordell is. That's another thing I will say that I like about PPG. I like that they have their own individual friendships and their own individual relationships, and one doesn't outdo the other. They're able to separate. And I think that's really cool for young people. Serena is a boss, let me tell you. I so identify with her, and she's 24, and that's crazy because I'm more than twice her age, but I really identify with her. Her standing her ground, everything. These shows are usually pushing so much with like sexuality and everything else that I'm just glad that she was like, she had a moral high ground, and she's like, I'm not going to change who I am because I'm on TV. I think that's super dope. And it's also very rare. So, yeah, the reunion really was a bit of a waste of time, to be honest, because I even felt like Cordell felt a bit hurt because he did so much to do that date for Serena, and they just showed that little clip. And that's why he said they made it seem so corny, because you could tell like that date meant so much to him, and they're the winners of the show. That date should have been featured. It should have had more than 2 seconds. And that's what the problem seemed to be, is that the producers seem to not care about the winners of the show. They care about the drama. They still care about Rob and Leah, and they care about Kaylor and Aaron, and they forgot about the winners of the show, the second runner-up, and Miguel is like an afterthought. It's really bizarre, and it is my hopes that just everybody does well, and it is what it is. But it just shows you that their team, the producers, really need some more people there that are hip to different cultural storytelling, and to really be more aware. To me, they need some more work on equity, diversity, and inclusion for real, because the world has changed. The scope of reality TV has changed, and as they could see from their cast, they couldn't keep trying to put that same story out there. So those are my thoughts. That's all I have to say. And I'll post stuff that other people do a lot of work to get. And I always like following them. I love that Cordell got his Cheez-Its. It's not really a sponsorship, though. It's like a little partnership. But I hope that Cheez-Its takes the time to do it seriously, and that they actually have a real partnership and take him to the factory or the lab or whatever, and he really comes up with some flavors. The same way that people come up with new perfume brands or a type of wine. That's what I want to see for Cordell, because that's what his long-term goal is. And that would be super dope. Serena's already an actor. Like, she was in a film. I didn't watch it, but I saw a clip of the two of them emceeing. I really like them together as well. Like, they can actually do events together. They play well off of each other. I also saw that Johnny posted, the only picture Johnny posted on Instagram in his stories was one of him and Serena. And I was like, oh man. And I did see it posted somewhere else. And he knows what he's doing. That's just Johnny. But nothing to worry about, folks. Serena and Cordell, I believe they're locked in. But I do, because I've watched before with Justine and Caleb, I do hope that she's going to Texas to meet his family soon. I think that's essential. The family meetups. So yeah, I did want to talk on that. Leah, she's not going to have any problems. She's set. Miguel, and I don't think people understand either about the visas. Like, you can't just work in the States, or, whatever visa they were on, they probably couldn't do work. That's why Miguel and Aaron could not be at Universal, wherever they were after. That's why Aaron couldn't be on camera, because that would be considered work. It's very strict, the visa stuff. So you can't just go and do stuff. So I hope things work out for Miguel. I mean, he has a lot going for him. Acting, his strange rap. He's so, his look, his cultural background, definitely like a lot. And so I think like he's gonna do well, or he's gonna land an acting role in something. Like, I hope his time works out for him. Leah's gonna be fine. Like, I think the fact that she loves like the type of designer clothes, and like she likes things that are really different, she cares about animals. I think there's so much that can happen for her, that doesn't have to necessarily be acting, right? Like, she can be an ambassador for animals, and like the animal care, abandoned animals. There's just so much that she's into that's really different for young people. So, like, outside of all the regular things people look at, like, I look at the different things, because I'm like, yeah, that's like a whole industry for her. Whole industry for her, like unloved animals, or abandoned animals, or how there's just so much. There's so much they can do with her. Like, and she has a top agency. Like, so I feel like the stands and people on Reddit, people that talk about stuff, they're just focused on, I think, the superficial type of careers. But I think there's a lot of things. And look at Serena. She works for a company. She understands advertising and marketing already, like for youth and children. So she has that, like, as part of her background. Cordell already is modeling, and Cordell is hilarious. Like, he is hilarious. Janae, I'm not worried about her at all. Janae has been preparing and manifesting. And then Kenny, I just, like, outside of being, Janae's right hand, I heard that he quit his job, so I hope that he didn't really quit his job, or, being Janae's man can only go so far, and he has a lot going for him too. So, but I'm not worried about Janae at all. Like, not one bit. So yeah, that's it. So I do hope that Kendall gets support and help and just figures out what's up, and Nicole figures it out. Nicole can take lessons from Destiny. That's my girl right there. Destiny dealt with so much negativity when she came off of the show, and she was like, whatever, I'm just not going to bother with y'all. She posted things about being a scientist, biologist, or whatever she does, and she just went on about her life. She did speaking tours to different sororities and colleges. She just did something with Taraji P. Henson and got to meet her. And that's what you have to do. I think being able to log off is really important. And realize that you can still work on a career. I also want to mention, I love Asada, by the way, who's modeling and got married to a beautiful, beautiful man. And she's a beautiful, beautiful sister. I also want to mention Alana, because it's funny, Alana was on season 1. Like, if Alana was on this season, she'd have a record deal, because that young lady is working so hard on her music. I don't know if she'll listen to this, but I just think she's so awesome, and she's working hard, and she's putting in all the work, the dance lessons, the singing, making videos, doing tours. Oh, listen, she's really working hard. Carol V has a great husband and a beautiful baby, and she manifested her life too. She worked also really hard, changed a lot of things. So I follow some of these young people. They're smart, and that's what I hope, is that maybe some people from other seasons, maybe some of these people reach out to them. Like, they should have like a partnering type of thing, almost like a mentorship. Like a Love Island mentorship sorry y'all, I'm deep. A Love Island mentorship program, and where past Islanders can connect to the people that are coming off and kind of help them with some of the things they go through. But there's so many other people I could mention, but that's it for now. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Have a great day, and that's what's up.